like an unboxing of the DXF 10, or I'm sorry, DXF 10. Yeah, the X and the F are changed from the last model, and what the DXF stands for is dual cross fuel gasifier. Before it was a dual fuel cross draft gasifier. This is not a cross draft. This is an invert downdraft gasifier. So, anyways, so when you get your machine, it'll be boxed up like this. This is sort of our own unboxing. But when we ship your machine, we're going to be adding some additional cardboard inside to reinforce the box. And I'm looking at possibly getting that expandable foam packs that you can get to better protect the unit when it's boxed up. So anyways, when you get it, it'll be in a box like so. Try to get this better view for you. Alright, so this weighs boxed up, it'll weigh about 100 pounds. The unit weighs 91 pounds with the legs. Basically, this is how it's going to come. Basically, a gasifier in a can. Let me check the camera a minute, see if this is in view. Looks good. Alright, so inside here is going to be your legs aren't going to ship inside the unit because we can't fit them in there, so they'll ship freely inside the box. Or we'll probably wrap these up with cardboard and tape. So those will be the only thing loose in the box. And then inside your hopper will be your reactor, your hardware, and your ash cleanout door. So you're going to have to assemble this stuff. So you're going to want to take all that stuff out. And here's your door. And then you're going to want to dump the reactor out. You're going to want to use the cardboard that we ship it in, put that on the ground, and carefully dump it up. Alright. Alright, so you basically want to leave this flipped over. And now you're gonna, you got the water tank, I got the water tank facing you. So we're gonna wanna flip the reactor over. It should already have your seal tape on it. We'll probably ship you some spare seal tape. And then you basically just set it up on here. Now if you got a center punch, this will help you align the holes. Alright, so now in your bag of stuff, you'll have some 3/4 inch 5/16 bolts, 6 of them. You're going to want to get them all, get these started in by hand. Sometimes it's a little tough because of the seal tape. Just be sure you're not cross-threading. But as you can see, this is the primary intake port, and this is your ignition port for lighting the machine. And they are oriented to the front. So this is how your machine will come in. Alright, so once you got your top plane secured to the hopper, we're going to move on to the legs. Alright, so you'll have 1 1/4 inch bolts, 6 of those in your hardware kit. With nuts. And you'll notice on your legs, you got 3 legs, and 2 of them will have these lower holes. Those are going to go to the back side, and the one without is going to go towards the front with the primary jack. So I'm going to install that one first. Alright, now I'm going to move on to the back 2 legs. Try not to drop things. Alright, so I got everything started. I'm going to crank everything down. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is install the cap for the automated grate. If you didn't get the automated grate option, then you just put a pipe plug in here. And you may want to seal this, probably be a good idea. You can just use RTV if you wanted to. So I'm going to find a wrench, so tighten that up. That's plenty tight. Alright, so now I'm going to install the door, but before I do that, I want to show you something. Okay, so inside here you have two pins. One there, one there. Then you have these set screws. Those lock these pins in place. So if you need to service this, you loosen these pins up, and then inside of here, you'll knock them pins back, and then you can drop the grate completely out of this unit, and then basically reinstall and re-secure the pins. And that's what makes this machine capable of running charcoal, is the ease of access to the reduction servicing. And that's pretty much a requirement, because charcoal does make clinkers, and you need a way to get them out. Oh. Well, yeah, let me show you what I was wrenching on here. This is a through-hole seal housing for a automated grate. If you go to that option, it's basically a spindle shaft that goes through here, and then there's some linkage that attaches to a electric motor that runs on a timer, and then you can agitate this grate. That may be desired. Just depends on the application. Maybe a higher demanding application will require that to keep the flows flowing fast enough to keep up. But for what this is intended for, the small 400 to 500 cc generators, I found that no agitator is needed. So the only thing that we had to add was a hopper vibrator for 100% wood. But that's not needed for charcoal and a mixture of charcoal. It ran pretty stable without the vibrator, so that is going to be sold as an add-on option for those that must run on 100% wood. So that'll be an additional option. All right, so I'm going to move on. We have a couple more things to install yet. You can have two 1/2" by 5/16 nuts. Those are gonna secure your latch, and you need to have the door pre-installed on the hinge bracket, and it installs like this. So this can fall out. So you're gonna want to make sure that don't fall out. And then you'll need two 1/2" wrenches. adjustments. If you get this kind of tight. All right, now your latch. So you have your latch here. So we're going to install that. And you'll need a 3/8 and a 7/16 wrench. 7/16 for the nuts and 3/8 for the bolt. Alright, now I gotta find my smaller impact. And it's right over here. Alright. So now it's ready to, we're going to flip it over on, back on its legs. I'm going to do that. Just be careful. Done yet. Alright, so now you're going to install your primary jet. You don't have to crank that in there. You're not trying to seal anything, right? I mean, there's holes. So that's plenty tight. Alright, so now in your hardware kit, you'll have a hose. You probably have to cut it down. So you want to install that. You may want to put a little soap in there. I'm gonna cut it down a little more. Alright, so you're gonna need a 1/2 inch wrench, make sure your nuts are tight. Alright, and then make sure that this is turned all the way in, because when you go to fill this thing up with water, it'll leak water all over the place. Alright, there's one more thing I have to do, because I didn't order for this machine, is the secondary jet valves, which I do supply with this unit. So I'm going to pause it for a minute, go grab them off the other machine, and we'll put them on this one. Okay, so I went and got the used secondary valves. So what we're going to install here. Okay, so secondary valves are installed. So that is the basic assembly of the base unit. Now this is how this comes. So it comes as shown here. So basically, this is the base gasifier, DFX10 gasifier kit. Right, so this here is your exit port out. That's up to you how you want to deal with that. You can just put a 1.5 inch pipe fitting and then put 2-inch hose out and build your own system. Or if you get our filter kit will come with the adapter for the hose, because that's part of that system, along with the startup blower. We supply you with a valve, but the fitting to go into it, that's up to you how you want to deal with it, because it's going to be specific to the hose system that you use, plus the blower that you might use. There's no rules. You don't have to use the Amatec Lam blower. You can put bilge blowers on it. There's all kinds of different solutions that you could use. But when you buy our filter kit, that comes as pretty much just like what I show in the DIY video, and we're probably going to offer a DIY kit to build that as well, where it'll come with all the components. But we'll pre-build and ship that as well, but that'll be an additional option along with the wheel kit. And that's what I'm going to move on to next. Is I'm going to install the wheel kit, and we'll get that assembled. All right, guys. So I'm going to install the wheel kit here. These are flat free tires. Come on, Sage, get out of the way. Alright, so you're going to install your bracket. Now this axle shaft will be painted. I didn't paint it because it's our demo. I can paint this later. And then you're going to need some 3/4 inch wrenches. Alright, let's try that out. Alright, so the next option is the automation. Now there's going to be 3 levels of automation. Level 1 will be just a hopper vibrator. Level 2 will be a hopper vibrator plus grade agitator. And level 3 will be that controller with additional, we're going to bring back our electronic air fuel mixer controller. But in a standalone system. That system will bolt onto your generator. Just makes better sense to separate it from this controller on the gasifier. So to run wood chips, you're probably going to want the vibrator, so I am going to install that. So we'll come back and do that. Alright guys, so this here is the automated grate agitator. So that's the agitator motor, the controller, the 12-volt supply, some zip ties, and some hardware. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install that on the machine. And it's fairly simple. So first thing you're going to want to do is remove the cover on the controller. And it's probably easier to do that on the bench than it is to do it on the machine. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Bear with me. Alright. So now you should have 6 bolts. So first I'm going to mount the agitator. Alright, now you're going to want to take this controller out so that you can access the bolt holes. This bottom one is going to be kind of tough, but you'll get it. Alright. Hey, Alright, so we're going to pack that back in there. We'll test it one more time just to make sure. Put your packing in here. And So you could zip tie it here. And then you can plug it in. It's kind of like a USB cable. But now you gotta deal with this. So you may want to zip tie that. Make sure that it's not hitting any hot parts. I think that's how I'm gonna go with mine. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That should be alright. Now you could zip tie this to your, well, that might not be a good solution because you'll have to cut the zip tie every time. But yeah, you want to keep this away from here. As you know, when you shut down, flame can come out of here. So you want to keep that away from your cord so you're not melting your cords. Alright, so that's what it'll look like. Alright guys, so I'm going to conclude this part of the video. The rest of the add-ons for this system, we're going to have to come back to later. But this is the base part of the gasifier anyways. So we'll come back to that later. I think today I'm going to do some test running, so we're going to do that on camera. So we'll see you then.